It felt great. Obviously, yeah, a little bit of a hectic day. Kind of feels like a blur, but I'm gonna sleep really well tonight, so I'm excited about that. And in the third quarter, it was just a lot of fun. I felt like we got in the flow, and it all starts with stops, and so we were able to get stops and just push it out and get easier buckets. And obviously, we had a lot of guys who hit a lot of shots tonight.
What do you do when you're a point guard? And I presume you knew everyone's name, but I guess you probably didn't know who's making the plays. So
What do you do when you're a point guard? You have no idea what's going on. You just do your best. Really, I was the coach, Coach Nurse and Kyle, everybody, Mark too. They helped me out a lot. Really, we're just trying to keep as simple of an action as possible. I don't know if we ran more than 2 or 3 actions when I was out there. I felt like I was really handicapping the offense because I didn't really know too much of anything, but it worked out, and I think. You need to have certain stabilizers. Kyle is definitely one of them. Mark is definitely one of them. Where the ball, they just direct people and you kind of play off of them.
was it better in that third quarter when you were in with most of the starters and you had Kyle there as well as a point guard?
Yeah, that was great, and he's always telling me what to do, and he was giving me opportunities. He was telling me, here, come down, come off of this play. If you don't have it, we'll play on the weak side. But tremendous leader, and I mean just from being here for one day, I can see him, Danny. They have very strong voices and leadership ability and qualities for this team.
Why did you want to be in Toronto?
I would say first and foremost, they really, really wanted me. I've been around and I've been in a lot of different situations, but when the organization as a whole wants you, and from front office to coaches to players, that means something. And so I've been in situations where maybe one of the three, two of the three, or whatever may want me. But and then secondly, obviously this team, what they stand for, what they've done this season, and for me to be able to, I almost feel like I'm cheating, jumping into a 40-something win team. It was just like, I'm almost like, man, that's like, I don't know. It just feels kind of like I don't deserve it or something. But I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be part of the squad, and I think there's definitely a hole that I can fill in terms of coming in off the bench and just try to be a dynamic playmaker.
You got a standing ovation when you came in. What was going through your mind when you entered that?
I was just trying to stay focused on the game, but it's hard at times. Just every time I come to Toronto, it's always felt like a home game. The fans always show out, and it doesn't matter what team I've played for. But to come out here tonight and to get that type of reception, even though I was trying to be stoic and figure out what we were going to do on the defensive end, it was very heartwarming for sure.
Larry has a pretty unique introduction to the court. You seem to know where you fit in. Did somebody tell you what to do, or did you just go with the flow?
I think all my friends told me, don't let this be you, or this is about to be you. And so when I got here, I played with Danny at the time, the D League. And so I went up to Danny when I got here. I was like, hey, you need to tell me what's going on, because I don't want to be that video. I don't want to be Mark in the other day. Yeah, like all my friends were sending it to me, and so I was like, hey, help me out. And so I jumped right into it seamlessly.
What is it about this city that speaks to and appeals to you about this city or Toronto?
Again, just so I spent 6 months at 40th last year in Vancouver, and there's something about Canada. They love basketball, and even in Vancouver that doesn't have a team right now, it was just like, I don't know. I don't know if it's everybody's extremely nice. It's just different. And again, every time I've played here, it's been an unbelievable reception, and that's definitely just icing on the cake in terms of I wanted to find a situation that would really fit me as a basketball player, but for it to be here is definitely a bonus.
You've done so many crazy highs and lows in your career. One thing you haven't really done is, as you mentioned, a chance to get on a team that could go for a run and do something unique in the postseason. How important is that to you?
That's very important. I've been to the playoffs 4 times, haven't made it out the first round once, and I was injured in a couple of those series, but for me to be able to have a chance to do something special with this team, I mean, that's what every player, you grow up, you dream about this. And obviously for me, like a lot of highs and lows, and all of a sudden I didn't expect it, but ended up, in Atlanta, which, they have something awesome. And I love that organization. I mean that they're doing things the right way. They treat people the right way, and they're going to be good in years to come. But it didn't really make sense in terms of where I was in my timeline. And so, all the respect to them, and especially Travis and Wrestler for even, giving me this opportunity to be here. Like they did everything in terms of just making sure, like everything down to even making sure I was whole, and in terms of salary and everything, like it was top of the line. So, but to be able to have a chance to do that, to play deep into the playoffs, yeah, I'm tired of watching. And being hurt for 2 years kind of adds to that too. It's like I was hurt for 2 straight years, didn't get a chance to compete. So this is awesome.
Jeremy, what was the most impressive part of Pascal Siakam's first game as a rookie?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. What wasn't impressive? I knew he was good, but tonight was something special. Efficiency, I'm talking both ends of the floor. Everything from defensive rotations, guarding multiple positions, to being able to push it out, play one-on-one, face up, post up, hit threes, pop, roll. Like he showed the full package tonight. And so obviously an unbelievable talent, and a heck of a night for him. Happy for him, even though I just met him. But hey, 44 is 44. That's awesome.
Jeremy, you're going to get asked a couple questions at the end of this in Mandarin. Does that happen very often in other cities? And how much of a factor is that about your enjoyment of coming to Toronto to play?
Yeah, it probably happens in every city that has a has a strong Asian contingency. And it happened in Atlanta as well, but not this. Again, like I'm very proud to represent Asian people on a global platform and a global scale. And so for me to be here where there's a lot of, Asians is, like I used to run from it, because that's all anybody ever wanted to label me. It was like, oh, he's Asian, he's Asian, he's Asian. And I was like, talk about my basketball. But now I'm, people have seen that I can play, I belong in the NBA, and I've really embraced just being able to represent Asians and to do that the right way. Hopefully I do my best with it.
How long did it take you to kind of accept that responsibility? Because not every player has to carry that around.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was really jaded after the New York stretch, and I think there's a lot of things that happened that made me really kind of give up a little bit on people per se, and that was a huge part of the story, and that was a huge point of contention for a lot of people in terms of why I was getting the publicity or why things were the way they were. So I kind of wanted to run from that a little bit. I would say maybe 3 years down the road, I kind of turned the corner, and I would say being hurt for 2 straight years and seeing that like my Asian fan base, I don't feel like has dropped off one bit. And I haven't even touched the court. Like every year I go over to Asia, and like it's like I can't even walk through the airport. Like it's insane. And so to see them do that after all of the highs and lows, but really going through the lows post insanity, and which culminated in those injuries. For me, I'm still blown away, and that's fed into, why I want to try to carry myself a certain way.
Thank you guys. Sorry, Pascal's waiting outside.
Cool.
We can continue if you have Mandarin questions out in the hallway.
On your way in, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button.